Let's talk about eggs. You know, those innocent-looking ovals sitting quietly in your fridge, just waiting to assassinate your arteries? At least, that's what your neighbor Susan says, right before she chomps down on a bran muffin the size of a car battery. For decades, eggs have been branded public enemy #1 by every cholesterol-fearing health guru from the 80s. A single yolk? Oh no, that's basically a butter-coated heart attack with wings. People looked at eggs the way cats look at cucumbers, with sheer panic and a total misunderstanding of the situation. But here's the twist. Ready? Eggs are not trying to kill you. In fact, for most people, they're not even bad. Let's dive into why everyone freaked out about eggs in the first place. It all started with the discovery that eggs have cholesterol, about 186 milligrams per egg, give or take. And cholesterol, as we've all been trained to believe, is the evil goo that builds up in your blood vessels and turns your heart into a ticking time bomb. So naturally, someone screamed, "Eggs have cholesterol!" And the whole world blacklisted them faster than a pop star with a scandal. But hold on. Turns out the body is a little more complex than that. Your liver makes most of your cholesterol, and when you eat more cholesterol, your liver makes less. It's like your body is actually, regulating itself. Weird, right? So when you eat eggs, yes, your cholesterol goes up, but not the scary kind. Studies show eggs raise HDL, the so-called good cholesterol. And LDL? Sure, it can rise a bit too, but the type of LDL matters. Large, fluffy LDL particles are less likely to clog your arteries than the small, dense, angry ones. And guess what kind eggs tend to raise? You got it. The fluffier, less murdery kind. Now, before you start eating omelets by the dozen, let's pause. Not everyone is a cholesterol Jedi. Some folks, like those with diabetes or certain genetic conditions, do need to watch their cholesterol a bit more carefully. But even in those groups, the evidence is mixed. Some studies show a link between high egg intake and increased risk, while others don't. Shocking, right? Science is messy and doesn't always fit nicely into a headline like, "Eggs will kill you." And then there's the matter of the food matrix. No, not Keanu Reeves diving into a scrambled simulation. It means that foods act differently depending on how their nutrients interact. Eggs aren't just cholesterol bombs. They're also packed with protein, vitamin D, B12, selenium, and bioactive compounds like lutein and zeaxanthin. Stuff that's actually good for your heart and brain. Let's not forget the Framingham study, that big old longitudinal research project that followed people for decades. They didn't find a strong link between egg consumption and heart disease. What they did find was that lifestyle, eating tons of saturated fat, sitting around like a houseplant, and chain smoking had a much bigger impact than eating a couple eggs. Even national health organizations have started to chill out. Remember when dietary guidelines used to limit you to 300 milligrams of cholesterol a day? That's gone. Poof. Because they realized dietary cholesterol isn't the villain they thought it was. Saturated and trans fats, way worse. So, let's sum up. Are eggs perfect? No. Should you eat 12 a day just because they're not evil? Also no. But if you're a healthy person, having a couple eggs a day isn't going to turn your arteries into concrete. If anything, they might actually help. The takeaway? Don't demonize one food because of one nutrient. Look at the whole diet, the big picture. Stop blaming eggs and maybe take a closer look at that frothy triple-whipped caramel frappuccino you're sipping while judging your friend's omelet. Now go forth, eat your eggs with a smile, and next time someone gasps at your yolk-filled breakfast, just smile and say, "It's called science, Karen." If you like this video, smash that like button like it's an egg on a Sunday brunch counter. Subscribe if you want more truth bombs sunny side up. And drop a comment below. Tell us how you like your eggs, unless you say raw in a protein shake, in which case, we need to talk.